Hi guys, my name is Danielle, and I'm here to talk about awkward situations. So come fold laundry with me and let me tell you a couple stories. Alright, today, right? We get to Walmart, there's this lady with goat hair hollering, like sounds very upset, and she is hollering and needs attention. So, is that a bruise? Guys, I'm all bruised up. First, let me tell you this story. I just recently moved. For the very first time, am trying out live-in caring. I met a gentleman who needs help. I needed a place to stay. He offered. It's history from there. But when I was moving, I fell because I'm a very clumsy person, and I'm very short. Like I'm hitting 5'2", and I feel like I might be shrinking a little bit, so 5'2" may be pushing it. Anyways, so anything that is higher than my, your leg, for most people it'd probably be their knees, but for me it's like mid-leg, okay? Thought I had cleared the top step, didn't. Yeah, that hurt. I also had boxes in my hand when I did that. So from my right hip all the way to my hand, I don't know if you guys can see this, but my hand's all swollen and bruised. And now it kind of looks like I might have a small black eye. Like a little bruise here. Also, I bruise easy because I take blood thinners. We'll get there. One day we will get there, okay? But you gotta hear my story at Walmart. I have two of them. So, anyways, I'm at Walmart, right? And this lady is sitting down and she's like hooting and hollering. And I walk up to her and I'm like, girl, what is going on? And she's like, oh, nothing, just need some money. And I was like, well, what you need money for? And she's like, food. So I was like, okay. So I was like, well, I hope you have a good day, because, I'm not a rich person by any means. So I go in, I grab my cart, and I feel something tugging at my heart. So I turn back around with the cart, I go out, and I was like, what kind of food you need? And she says, pizza rolls and chicken nuggets. Which I'm assuming she has littles at home, because that sounds like little people food. My daughter, not so much the pizza rolls, like she went through a small phase, but chicken nuggets definitely has to be in the freezer. Anyways, definitely has to be in the freezer. Especially popcorn chicken, like that was a main thing in our household. Popcorn chicken and popcorn itself had to be stocked at all times. So I was like, okay, I'll be back in a little bit. So I go in, and the first thing I do is grab the couple things that she needs. And then I get to the register and I'm like, woman probably needs some water. So I grabbed her a bottle of water. I go out and I give her the bag of food. I actually bought a bag so that she could carry it home. Didn't want to do that, but I paid 5 cents for the bag and a bottle of water. And I was like, the receipt and the bottle of water, there's a bottle of water for you, just you, in that bag. Drink it before you head home. And I left. I said, you have a good day and make sure you take care of yourself. So that was, and of course, like when you do something nice like that, it feels good, right? It feels a little good. So anyways, then I today ran into a friend who conveniently works in a office that I used to visit frequently because I used to get my treatments there. No, not drug treatments, okay, guys? I know face tattoos automatically, you assume, but no, it's nothing like that. Um, but anyways, and I ran into her, and we'll just call her Gigi because it's gonna be really hard not to say her name, okay? And Gigi's like, Danielle, hi, how are you? I'm so happy to see you. It's been so long. And like, I'm pulling over my heavy cart because I had dog food, and dog food's heavy. And so I'm pulling over my cart and to talk to her, and I turn around and she's like, how you doing? Right? Okay, guys, I'm going through menopause. Yeah, let me tell you something about menopause. First thing is, it's still not talked about, which I find it really strange that nobody really talks about menopause, because it is a pretty and major point in women's lives. Like, we go into season and then we come out of season, but they give you all the education you need to be in season, but they tell you nothing, absolutely nothing about going out of season, right? All you hear is, oh, mine only lasted 6 months and I didn't have those problems, or I didn't see a change. Or you ask your grandma and she just shakes her head and walks away. One, probably because she didn't hear you, or two, it's not something you talk about because grandma's like 80 something and nobody talks about these things, right? But it's okay to like post your privates of having a baby on Facebook as long as it's sketched out. We all know where that baby's coming from, guys. Like, yeah, not only that, but there's so many things that are so open and openly talked about, but menopause is not one of them. And that's a major thing, okay? We're losing the thing that makes us women, I know that's like weird to say, but that is what our purpose was from God, right? Whether you believe it or not, our purpose is to create. And you get to an age where you can no longer create. Or you're like me, who has this really retarded disease, which, by the way, we are going to talk about. Not tonight, though. And you have to get fixed, and then partly fixed after you have your baby, and then they tell you at 40 you're gonna have to go in and get the rest of it removed. And so then at 39, a month before you turn 40, you get rushed in to have the rest of it taken out, and that turns you into stage 1 psycho, okay? Trust me, it is stage 1 psycho. And this unbelievable, like, sweating, it is disgusting. Like, let me tell you, not only am I tired 89% of the time, but I'm also a walking waterfall. Like, people will walk by me and they're like, Danielle, are you okay? I'm like, yeah, why? I feel great. I'm hot. Well, yeah, what's going on with that? Menopause. Oh. Never mind. Let me leave you to that. And that's what my friend did to me. Like, I was getting ready to start a hot flash. And so I was like, oh, just getting ready to start a hot flash. And she was like, oh, gross. I'm going to let you handle that on your own when you go shopping. And that's what, like, I've been talking about doing videos about strange things that us and women go through that doesn't really get talked about. And menopause is definitely one of those. And I would like your experience. I would like to hear what helped you get through it, because you guys, I have APS. You probably don't know what APS is, but it's a short term for analipid phosphoid syndrome. Now, let me tell you, that is a mouthful. And it's also an autoimmune disease that nobody really knows much about, okay? And I seem to be facing every hard challenge that APS can create, okay? Yeah. So yeah. Uh, yeah, I forgot where I was going with that. But anyway, so like, so not only am I going through a normal life change, but I'm also dealing with this APS and the things that have created APS has created more problems for me. And so I just really feel like me, okay, I'm 45. I'd like to hear, like, even women in their 20s, like, start watching these videos and pass it on just because you're gonna get there, girl. One day it's gonna happen, and you're gonna be like, no, it's totally fine, but not really, because 40 comes fast. 45 comes even faster. And before you know it, you're headed to 46. And holy cow, I'm so excited to be 50, which is weird, I know. But I'm excited to be 50 because you know why? Because each day that I get to be here making obnoxious videos to tell you guys about is a blessing for me, because each day could be my last. To be fair, you know, it'd be my last, you know. So, like, I'm super excited to be like in my late 40s. It's weird saying that, but anyways, I'm looking. Sorry, I keep looking at the clothes. I said let's fold together while we talk. I've not started folding them at all because, well, I'm tired, and they may just end up on the floor. I'm gonna lay back and play some COD at the end of the night. Like, this is where I'm at today. But anyways, I really think that women who have gone through it, are going through it, you know, I know that a lot of that's like private. I know that it's like not really something people want to talk about because it's very personal, and it is taking, we are losing like our ability, like the things that make us woman is, you know, our hormones and what we can create with those. And when we lose them, it's like kind of losing a piece of you. But it doesn't have to be that way. And let me tell you something. Somebody who suffers from mental health illness, this is nothing. Nothing. Like, I don't think I'm losing myself because I lost myself years ago. Like, that girl ran away. The good, innocent girl done ran away because she was like, I can't handle this crap anymore. I'm out of here. Anyways, but it is, to me, it's very important. Every time I ask, like, what was your experience with menopause? Oh, you know, I just had it for like maybe a year, slight small side effects, a little bit of hot flash, nothing big. And then I'm like, oh, well, did you take something for that? Well, I think I took like a hormone cream. Cannot take hormone creams, okay? Cannot. Absolutely big no for me. So as soon as they say hormone, I'm out because I can't have that stuff. I don't want to. I just check out. And then I have this other friend who I've recently become friends with. And she's like about midway through. Like, I think she's just at the end of it. She was like, nope. I couldn't figure out what I was doing, where I was going. She's like, I literally sat in a parking lot one day and just sat there and had my husband come pick me up because I didn't want to drive. She's like, I was scared that if I got on the road, I wouldn't make it home. And I was like, oh, okay, you know. And she's like, yeah, like the depression was crazy. So I was like, okay, you know, I get it. But she told me just to woman up and handle it. Oh, I'm so tired of being told to woman up, because I have woman up time and time again. And let me tell you something. I've never sweat. Like, was never a big sweater. So I feel like right now I may be taking time that I didn't sweat in PE, and I was like telling the girls, that's disgusting. Who sweats like that, right? It's payback, I think. Or quietly thought it, because they, just depends on who I was in PE with, I guess. But I've never been a big sweater. And usually when I sweat heavily, it's because I'm adjusting from moving into a different temperature, or my body heat goes up because I'm trying to lose weight or something. I don't know. Just every once in a while, I would get like, I've always been a chubby kid. So when I started working, I sweat because, I was 16 and my first job, so I was sweating, and I sweated when I showed, and I was like, how do the rodeo queens keep their makeup on? Because, like, this is disgusting. So, like, things like that. But you were out in the sun, and on your horse all day, being torn apart by judges, whatever. But at the end of the day, like, I was not a big sweater. And now it's like, I start sweating right before I see somebody I know. So I'm like, let's go over and say hi to them, because I haven't seen them in a while. And then I stop. And all of a sudden, from the very pit of my stomach out, starts like burning. And then that's when the sweat starts. And it's like hour to 2, maybe 3 hours sometimes. And then like halfway through the hot flash, like the hot flashes are not simple little, cute little droppy drops. Oh no, girls. Like, I've not worn makeup for almost a year because I can't keep it on because I'm sweating so much. Like, I may put a little bit of mascara on, but yeah, I don't even wear, I like to get my eyelashes done. Nope, don't do it because, well, the heat makes them fall off faster, and that crap is expensive. And we don't even want to talk about getting my own lashes, because that is just one sticky mess that you don't want to see. Trust me. I have had issues. Well, if you're really curious, make a comment, and I will tell you a story about that. But anyways, yeah, it's like hours, and my hair is soaking. I feel like my hair is thinning, but that could be from treatment. I don't know. It's just tired, and I'm tired. Like, I usually bounce back from like big moves or like being real busy. I can usually like take a day off and just sleep, and the next day I'm up and at it again. Nope. I was just thinking today, I wonder if my menopause is affecting me. Because quite honestly, I wanted to have a COD mobile gun so that I could pew pew people that irritated me, because that hit me today. Yeah. I thought I was gonna go psycho at the doctor's office. Whole other story. We don't want to talk about it right now because I'm still angry about the situation that happened. So when it becomes funny to me, I'll share that. But just remind me, okay? But any hoosers, where are we at on time? Oh, good 20 minutes. Not bad for the first video. Let's see. Oh, yeah. So, anyways, but the funny thing about it is that when I saw my friend Gigi, I actually went, I'm having a hot flash. But I was trying to be sarcastic, and she didn't catch that. But but I was trying to be sarcastically loud, and it came out a lot softer than I wanted it to. Because I'm not ashamed. I am woman, and this is me in all my glory. This is a day's worth of hot flashes right in front of you, hair and all. Like, I wash my hair once a week, okay? It's not bad, trust me, especially when you're losing it. So, um, so I want people to know, like, I think when I was in school, I think my generation is the one who started, like, not being embarrassed about tampons, which I never wore until I got into my later years because, like, I was told that those were absolutely not to be used unless you were sexually active. And that gave my, and when I told my mom I wanted to try them, that gave my mom a whole new level of, teenage conflicts. Okay, so we don't go there. But I used to get jealous because my friend was like, oh yeah, my boyfriend, he holds my tampon for me. And I'm like, he does what? That's gross, girl. Put that in your own pocket. That dude should not have to carry your tampon. Well, I didn't have pockets and I was looking all cute and stuff. Okay, whatever. You got yourself a man. Trust me, they are no longer together. I think they're both happily married with other people. But at the end of the day, like, I'm pretty sure it was my generation that brought that out, where you went up to a friend and said, hey, do you have anything? I started my period, I need something. Except for me, because I was not sexually active, and neither were, hold on a second, neither were those friends at that time in our lives, okay, because we were still pretty young. But their relationships with their moms were a lot different, and I had a complicated one. So we will not ever talk about that. I may make comments every once in a while, but we won't ever bring that up because that's personal and way too traumatic. But anyways, it's off topic. But I'm pretty sure it was my generation, like from, what are we called? Like Gen X, Gen Z, I don't know, because I don't get it. But I just call us 80 babies because, I mean, who gets any better than 80 babies? Like, duh. Do you see this? No. Just kidding. But I'm pretty sure that we were the ones who made that not so silent. We are women. When we come into womanhood, we have those time of the months. And we're not ashamed. Like, it maybe helped with like my mom's generation, because I think that was like when women started using their voices, okay, about my mom's generation, and their moms. Okay, so like, it's kind of cool. My grandma's generation taught my mom's generation how to not let people treat you because you're a woman, okay? And then my mom's generation taught my generation that you are a woman and you have no reason to be ashamed of that. And if you need a tampon, you walk right up to your man teacher and ask him for one. He'll send you to the bathroom because he probably doesn't have one, guys. And I'm sure he's sexually active. Anyways, that's... Sorry. Anyways. Just a little side joke there. Squirreled. Anyway, but with this being a thing in my generation, I am surprised that I've not seen more women come out and talk about it. I've seen one funny video about like being psycho and mood swings. I don't think I'm that far into mine, and I really hope that I don't have to do that because I'm already moody as it is. Like, I fluctuate, I cry, I'm mad, I cry, I'm mad, and when I'm mad, I don't talk, okay? I am silent. And so I'd rather just not have that up and down because I've already been there, and I feel like my That was like my premenopausal phase is what I'd like to call it. But so anyways, I am trying to manage mine with it's a antidepressant, and I'm very careful with antidepressants because they don't work for me. They make me a lot more cuckoo than I already am, let me tell you. So I've tried just about every one, and they're not fun for me. They don't work. And if you take them and they work for you, awesome. But they do not work for me. And so at one point, I was on uppers, then I was on downers for the uppers, and then I was on uppers for the downers for the uppers, so on and so forth. And I was on like 40 medications, and people thought I was cracked out, okay? So this is way off topic, but I just turned myself in to a mental health place and said I want off every medication, and I don't trust myself to go off of these on my own, okay? That is something I'm willing to talk about if you have questions. Don't be taking yourself off medicine. I'm going to say, just FYI, what didn't work for me probably works for you, and that's okay. Don't take yourself off of things because, you came across this tattooed faced woman who said it didn't work for her, and so she just got off of it. No. I did, sorry, phone number from some dude I don't know. I turned myself into a mental health hospital and asked them to take me off everything. So I'm basically drug free. There are some medications that I do have to take because it manages my APS. And so that I'm dealing with. But I cannot not take those medications because I could, do something random in the middle of my sleep and not come out of it. So, so there are a few, but anyway, so my doctor's like, well, there is this one medicine, but it's an antidepressant. It's really low. It's not there's no hormones in it. And they use it to help control the hot flashes. And I was like, as I'm flooding, okay, I was like, anything. And let me tell you something. I went straight to the pharmacy. I filled that prescription. I popped that prescription, and the flooding stopped within 45 minutes. But let me tell you something. Now it doesn't work. It doesn't matter if I take that stuff or not. If it's daytime and there's a sun out, I'm going to be sweating. Like, yeah. Niagara Falls, guys. I'm not even joking. Ask people. They've witnessed it. It's bad. So, anyways, so I do take that, and it does help. Like, and I really think that it's helped with more than just the hot flashes, but, oh, I know who that is. Okay, I'll call you back. I'm on a video. And my daughter, I'm hoping that she'll edit this video, so this should be fun. She's going to be like, oh my God, my mom's talking for no reason. And I'm going to have to listen to her rants because, of course, I'm going to say yes to editing her videos. And I love you, Taylor. Mwah, baby. Anywho, so, like, I want to know every inch of what you women have tried. From like 90 years old, I remember I tried this, to I haven't tried anything, I haven't gotten there yet, but girl, I wish you luck. Like, let me know, and I will keep you guys posted because I'm about to journal my journey. I've taken a new journey in my life, and I would like you guys to experience it and with me, because I I wouldn't say that I had a drinking problem, but I definitely didn't make good choices when I drank, and without even a second thought, I have stopped drinking. And that used to be my fallback. Like, oh, I had a bad week, so I'm going to go get sloshed tonight, nurse the hangover the whole weekend, and make bad choices. And so I've decided to change that part of me, because alcoholism runs in my family, and my dad passed away from it, and I'm already walking the line of that without even having to drink. So I've decided to take the sober way, and so I'm trying. There are some days that I'm like, I wish there was a bar really close by, but I'm human, and that's a choice I'm making for myself. I take a lot of medications that have to do with my APS, including a chemo treatment once a month, that I don't want to mess anything up. I don't want to lose the ability to be able to take these treatments. And I got myself into trouble again, and I get myself in trouble one more time, I'm done. Like, I go to prison. So, and I don't think prison's a good place for me. Nope, definitely don't find me prison worthy. Anyways, off topic. So back to the menopause thing. I want to hear from everybody. Send this out. Like, I don't care if you follow me. You do not have to follow me. Like, whatever. But if you get this and you're like, I have this friend that is struggling with menopause, I should send this to her so she can get in contact with that girl, so they can talk and maybe they can help each other out. That is my goal. And I'm gonna share this journey. I've had people tell me, oh, it's only lasted me 6 months, or yeah, I had a rough patch of that for about a year. Was super simple. You got this, Danielle. Okay, guys, I'm 45, and I started these symptoms at 40. Not lying. Like, it's bad. So I'm calling bullshit on that 1 year thing, and I'm calling BS on the 6 months. I'm pretty sure those people went and had some hormones done, and they just didn't want to talk about it. But why? Why don't you want to talk about it? Why can you talk about what size tampon you use, but you don't talk about how you treated a major impact in our life at this time, right? Because, this is a big thing. Women hurt themselves daily because they can't handle their menopause. Women leave their husbands or make bad choices and do other bad things because this is the time where we need the most support. We have it when we start it, but as we get older, we don't have that support anymore. We are supporting everybody else. We're supporting our children, our husbands, our grandchildren. If you're lucky to have grandchildren, I don't think I get to be a grandmama. So all my friends who are having babies right now, because they're all young, yes, I am going to be Granny D. That's just how it's going to be, because I'm not going to have any grandkids. Anyways, and that's besides the point. Like, my daughter has a good point on not wanting kids. But not only that, but like, we're so busy supporting other people, and we're handling this major impact in our life, and nobody's there for us. So let's be there for each other. Let's talk about it. Let's roar it out. Like, girls, you can walk around wearing in your bras or braless to make a impact statement about breast cancer. You can make an impact statement and maybe help somebody get through their menopausal trauma, because that is what this is, trauma. And save a life, maybe, because it is a big deal, like huge. All right, I love you guys, and I will talk to you soon. Bye bye. I just turned the camera around. Okay, really, bye bye. Love y'all. Where's the stop button?